This is Clark County Court. And what do they have in Clark County? Well, a few things really, but one of them would be a kidnapping case, which is this one. And this kidnapper, well, he's screwed. And it's not because of what you think, like he's probably guilty, but it's because his lawyer really, really likes alcohol.
Judge, I was heading east on Sahara Drive, and I was rear-ended, and my car was undrivable. The person who hit me took off, and
hit and run?
It was a hit and run, and here I am.
I'm going to tell you, be honest with you, you don't look right this morning. That's why I'm concerned.
Judge, my neck and my back is killing me.
You know, you think that someone whose profession is to lie really well could lie a lot better than this drunk dude.
But I'm ready to go forward.
You don't think you need medical attention?
I think I do. Your Honor. I may have suffered a concussion, Your Honor.
Because you hit your head?
Because of the whiplash, Your Honor. I've had multiple concussions before.
You've had multiple concussions?
Yes, Your Honor.
You know, if I was a lawyer and I got really, really drunk and I had to go stand in front of a judge, I would probably definitely, most definitely go see the banana boat guy first. And who's the banana boat guy? Well, if you haven't, you should. The banana boat guy. Now, where were we?
I feel like I can go forward.
You know what? Can I just see everybody back in chambers? In the record reflect that Mr. Caramango is back in the courtroom. He has been checked out by the nurse. Now, the nurse said you told her you got hit from behind and then you hit a car in front of you. Okay, you left that part out with us.
Yeah, I did, Your Honor.
So you also hit a car? So it was a double hit and run.
I guess.
And of course, the prosecutor hates defense attorneys, so of course he knocks on them, which is gold.
My observations were observing him that there was clearly something wrong with him. I noticed he was slurring his speech. I noticed he seemed unsteady on his feet. And when actually Mr. Caramano came back into the courtroom, he seemed very unsteady on his feet as he walked by and actually ran into our counsel table.
Absolutely hates this guy.
I think you have a concussion. I think you're dazed and confused and can't tell a straight story because you're too intoxicated.
I admit that I did have drinks last night, and I lost my grandmother about 2 weeks ago. I've been under a lot of pressure, Your Honor.
Okay.
I'm aware of that.
So if you came to court intoxicated, you have a problem. Do you understand me?
Your Honor, I can represent as an officer of the court. I am not intoxicated.
Okay. So just go ahead and blow. Let's get it over with.
Go ahead, sir.
Imagine that you go to court because you're the defense lawyer and you end up having to blow a bag.
You want to show me? Okay.
I am stone sober.
Mr. Caramango, if I was you, I would just be quiet at this. Okay, for the record, your blood alcohol is a .075.
Oh, so lucky, just under. But that doesn't matter because he's screwed.
I have no desire to ruin your reputation or anything. We'll deal with it. I'll give you an opportunity to get it together. But at this point, I cannot absolutely allow an attorney to proceed.
Yeah, he lost his license, poor guy. Yeah, so he's screwed. Anyway, what's next? This is Julie. She's the type of chick who, well, you really shouldn't date unless you're into psychos, as Julie's last boyfriend found out when he broke up with her and she went to his work and smashed all the windows and do all the things that psycho exes do, including, in her genius, waiting till the police got there so she could carry on being even more of a psycho. So they gave her bail and conditions, and one of them was not to take any drugs because it might make her mentaler, and, well, here we are.
Is there a reason why she hasn't been going to community corrections?
I was sick. I was in hospital.
No, I understand that, but January 10th, she tested negative. January 19th, she missed. January 24th, she comes in, tests positive for THC. And then she misses February 7th and then misses February 9th. She hasn't been testing. And it looks like some games are being played with community correction.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, and all of those in between, what Judge Simpson has just said there is that This now identifies this chick, Julie, Norm's mum. Why is she Norm's mum? Because she's a psycho bitch. But what Judge Simpson just said then in regards to those dates, that's what makes this DC spell her genius with J.
She was at a party and had 2 marijuana-laced cookies. Yeah. So she had the marijuana cookies on which day?
I ate the cookies before I was arrested, a couple days before that.
Ma'am, you have laced cookies. Take a test. It shows up negative. But 14 days later, then you take a test, and that's when it shows up in your system.
Judge is saying that it should have showed up immediately. That's what he's suggesting.
Okay.
So he wants to know how's that possible.
I don't know.
You know what Judge Simpson is thinking right now? He's thinking the same as you're thinking, the same way I'm thinking. He's thinking that this chick's a fucking genius.
Okay, look, here's the thing. I'm going to give you my copy of the report. She can sit right in that last seat over there in the jury box, and I will call it back up when she has her story straight.
Thank you, Judge.
But if she's up here and she's lying to me, ma'am, I don't play that way.
Right.
So now the smooth dude's going to take Norm's mum away and tell her to tell the truth. And the weird thing is that now she's got to come back into court and say, oh, yeah, I was lying. Yeah, my genius plan didn't work and I, should have put more thought into it. Of course you should. Of course you should.
In going through the report with Ms. Wapachan, I do have some corrections. She did.
Oh, so now she's going to tell the truth.
Yes, Judge.
And what's going through Judge Simpson's mind right now is the same as what's going through your mind. It's the same as what's going through mine. And that is, oh God, she is a fucking genius.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. She has, in fact, been using marijuana, and that is why she has failed to make her testing dates, Judge. She indicates that she knew she was going to be positive from the cookie, and she knew that subsequently she'd be positive from actual smoking of marijuana. She indicates that she does not have an addiction and that she can stop smoking, but that she had not stopped at this point.
You notice how she's not saying anything, and that's because she has not thought of any of it. It's just a defense liar, but that is why you pay them.
And she takes responsibility. She apologizes.
So she just decided that she just was going to do it her way.
She did, Judge. She did.
The court gave her an order,
Yes, Judge.
and she decides that she just wants to not follow the court's order.
Yes, Judge.
Then she gets here, gets called on it when she was up here initially, and then it's just lying to me.
Yes, Judge.
You see, that's why you pay them. That's why this guy's smooth, this defense lawyer, because he just said all of that, and all of that was really bad, but he's taking accountability for it when you hear him say it. Not her, him. And that's why you pay them.
I apologize, Your Honor.
You don't lie to the court, ma'am. You just don't. I'll deal with the truth. We can work that out. But if you're going to sit here and lie to me, then that's going to be a problem, and you're going to pay a consequence for that. And lady, you're going to have to figure out how you want to do this. You got to follow the rules. And the most important thing is you don't lie to me.
Understood, Judge.
Defendant's bond is revoked pending a hearing on March 7th. Defendant's remanded.
And that's why he's Judge Simpson, baby. He just hates Norm's mum. So Norm's mum sits in jail for about a month and then has the hearing, and Judge Simpson says, okay, we'll let you out for this time for $25,000, Norm's mum, and she posted it. And anyway, in the end, she ended up pleading guilty to one of the charges of bashing the cops, and the rest of the stuff were dropped. And as for her boyfriend, he mysteriously ended up This is Anthony, last name Clown, and what makes him so? Well, Anthony, in all of his genius, has come to court to lie to a judge. This judge. And if you know this judge, then you'll know that Anthony spells his genius with a J.
Is the date set for pretrial conference? Mr. Moore, how are you proceeding today?
I contacted the prosecutor yesterday, and they said in my office operating while visibly impaired. If that's the case, we'll take that offer.
And it's a good offer because Anthony was caught drunk driving.
Ms. Ritter, is that the people's offer?
Judge, that is correct. That's the people's offer at this time.
All right. Mr. Hunt, you would like to accept the people's offer, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
And now all that has to happen is the prosecutor's going to ask Anthony to tell the truth. And of course, he's a genius.
Mr. Hunt, prior to operating a motor vehicle, did you consume any alcohol?
Yes. Before I was driving, I did consume a beer at the bar. Yes.
Now, first of all, nobody's going to make me believe that the consumption of a beer impaired his ability to operate a motor vehicle. So we're going to go back. We're going to dial it back. Otherwise, I'm not going to accept this plea.
I had a beer. I was at the bar watching the game.
All right. I'm not going to accept the
ma'am,
plea.
Your Honor.
I need you to let me do my job.
Okay.
I'm not going to accept the plea. I need discovery to be sent over to Mr. Moore. I need to see what his alleged blood alcohol was after he consumed the beer. And then we're going to look into it from that perspective. Because I've never in the history of my life known a person to be impaired after consuming a beer. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Let me tell you this, sir. Don't keep talking to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I have had discovery, and I reviewed with them that the results were 0.166.
Well, then, if that's the case, then your client is lying on my record. So let's be clear.
Okay.
If that is his blood alcohol level, then your client is not telling the truth on my record.
That is a look of a man who usually gets away with lying.
Your client said he had one beer. So either there's something, the math isn't mathing. Something is not right. And I'm not going to just take a plea for the sake of taking a plea. Either he's guilty or he's not guilty. But if he's not guilty, then I'm not taking a plea.
You got to tell her what you had to drink.
Okay. I had more than one beer, Your Honor.
Let me tell you all something. I take this job, this courtroom, and this process seriously. Now, what I could do is have Mr. Hunt charged with perjury. But I won't because maybe he was a little confused. You living in a denial somewhere. Now, I don't know if you drank a beer and the glass was as tall as you, but if you're going to tell me you blew a 0.16 after you drank a beer, you shouldn't drink nothing else in your entire life because clearly your body processes the alcohol different than everybody else's body that's alive.
Understood, yeah. I didn't do a good enough prep for him.
You don't have to prep somebody to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Don't come on my court lying. Court is satisfied with the factual basis, and I will accept a guilty plea to one count of operating while visibly impaired.
Thank you again very kindly, Your Honor.
So in the end, he got 12 months probation, undergo random drug and alcohol testing, and take a driver improvement class. But the big one is that he looks like a muppet for the rest of his natural-born life. This is Stephen. He's another genius who likes to drink and drive and play the odds. But instead of putting his hand up and saying, I did it, he's pled not guilty. And now he's in court in a pretrial. And oh, what a genius he is. Because he has brought another genius with him.
Stephen New Yorkers?
Yes, sir.
Is your attorney there with you?
Yes. Yes, I am, sir.
If this is the right stage, can I make an offer to try to resolve this today?
Hold on just a minute. I just need your P number.
You need a what?
I need your attorney's P number.
Your P number.
What do you mean by that, sir? I've never been asked that before.
Are you an attorney?
Yes. I'm retired, sir. I came out of retirement just to help them.
Mr. Aorkas, where did you find your attorney?
And it's about now that Stephen realizes that the $5 that he gave this bum wasn't money well spent.
He's my neighbor, a friend of mine. I help him out.
Where does he live? I want his address, is what I want.
Just say I plead not guilty.
Nope, sir. Nope, you're not anymore. Mr. Marino. Mr. Marino, what's your address?
I don't know mine. You don't know mine.
You don't know? Oh, no, now you're going to play that with me too?
No, Your Honor, I'm gonna withdraw.
Yeah, you're not withdrawing from anything. You're not an attorney, are you?
I'm gonna withdraw. He could get it. He could get his own attorney and go from there. I don't want him to get any trouble or anything like that.
Mr. Marino, you're in trouble right now. You're not an attorney, are you?
Not to you.
Where are you an attorney at?
Where I used to live.
Where?
In Scottsdale, Arizona.
So what's your bar number out there?
No, look, sir. All I'm trying to do is help him. I'm not his attorney. I was advising him.
You know, it's quite staggering how stupid Stephen would have to be, how anyone would have to be to actually believe that this idiot genius sitting beside him was anything else but a lawyer.
Your name is being turned into the state bar.
Well, I understand that. All we asked for was a copy of the police report. That's all we asked for.
Still acting like an attorney. Keep your mouth shut and get off of there and put Mr. Aotearoa back on.
No problem.
After Marino passes the phone, Judge Goggins returns to the defendant.
You know him as a neighbor.
Yes, sir. He said that he could help me out.
He's putting you in a really, really bad position.
Yes, I understand, sir.
So I'm going to adjourn your matter for a week here. And what I'm going to want is Mr. Marino's address on that date. Okay?
Okay.
And I'll get you a court-appointed attorney on that date as well. Okay?
Okay.
He owes you more than an apology, I think.
Okay.
He's in some hot water right now.
So this is genius number 2, Albert Moreno. So for anyone out there that watches this episode, and if you get in a bit of trouble with the law and you want the absolute best representation, then contact Albert, because he might know someone, because he's a bit too busy at the moment because he's under investigation for impersonating clowns. Now, almost last, but definitely not least, we have Rafał Grabowski, and he's another clown that likes to play the odds at drinking and driving. So his story is that he got processed, got let out on bail, and then decided not to turn up. So rearrested and then given new bail, and what do you know, Rafał decided to drink and get busted again. So now he's in front of one of my very favourite judges of all time, Cedric. And the great Grabowski has a J for Genius plan on how to get away with it all.
My client indicated to me that he does use, on occasion, mouthwash. And on those 2 occasions, that's why there was a small amount of alcohol in his system. The court notes that, I believe, I don't have...
That's what he told you?
Yes.
And that's why you're relating that to me?
That's exactly right, Your Honor.
Okay. I've never heard of mouthwash lingering that long. And I'll be honest with you, I don't believe it.
Okay.
At all. But if that's your story, then that's a story you're going to give me, and then I got to do what I got to do. Is that really what happened?
Yeah, I was up late watching football, yes, with my girlfriend.
I don't doubt that. You're saying that's the reason for the alcohol.
Had a glass of wine with my girlfriend.
On both of these occasions.
She drinks wine.
Yeah. That's what I thought happened. You actually drank.
I apologize to the court.
What were we intending on doing on the case?
Your Honor, I did have an opportunity to discuss the matter with Ms. Reiser. We were going to ask for about a 30-day adjournment. She indicated she was not going to make an offer until my client earned an offer.
Yeah. This probably didn't help. I guess it wouldn't be wise to adjourn this out 30 days. I will find that the defendant violated his bond conditions of no alcohol use. Defendant's bond will be set at $25,000. I'll give a 10% privilege at this defendant is remanded.
So, how did it all end up? Well, prosecution did give him a deal, and Rafael, the genius, took it. So he got 5 days in lockup, which is time served, and, well, a little bit of a fine. What a genius. And finally, we come to a clown called Alex. Alex was driving on a suspended license and expired plates, which he did indeed plead guilty to and got 180 days in jail. But he got a deal of the century because he got 175 days suspended, and for the other 5 days, if he wanted to get them suspended, then all he would have to do is get a new license in the state where he was. Seems pretty straightforward, but remember, these are geniuses. So he's missed the deadline for getting the license. Now he's even with a 3 months extension. Judge, and now be a genius too.
So, tell me what's going on, Mr. Cordero. Well, you didn't show up for the jail report day.
I showed up here and talked to the ladies up front, and they told me to call them the following day, and they told me that you were going to explain to me everything that I was going to have to do.
That's not what is explained to me. You came here to give me a letter.
No, I was here and I asked the lady, like, do you want me to turn myself in right now? She told me that you were going to explain it to me today. I came to turn myself in, they told me something else.
Bring Angeline here.
Okay.
So since Genius said that, they go get the clerk, and this is her here. Go.
Mr. Cordero is telling me that he turned himself in to report to jail to the court on December 3rd, and you guys turned him away. Is that what happened?
Did I give you guys the piece of paper? And you guys told me that to call tomorrow, and you guys told me that.
Wait a minute, that's different, Mr. Cordero, than what you just told me.
No,
wait a minute, be quiet. You told me you showed up on the day you were supposed to report to jail, and the clerk of courts turned you away. Now you're telling her that you actually gave something in writing to her.
Yes.
So tell me what's the truth. Did you show up and turn yourself in, or did you come here and deliver a letter?
I showed up to do both.
Mr. Vasquez, did he tell you he's turning himself in? Yeah.
I don't remember that.
What a genius answer. Instead of just saying what's obviously no.
Why would I show up to court and not turn myself in?
Because you turn yourself into the jail. You don't turn yourself into the court. And the only reason you come to court is to ask for another extension, which is what your letter essentially does. Thank you, Ms. Vasquez. You're excused. You know, when people call my clerks out, I'll bring them in.
That's what happened.
Mr. Cordero, you're full of it. Absolutely full of it. I've been doing this thing for 36 years. You think I'm stupid? Think I was born yesterday?
Well, I think that would all depend, because his first attempt at getting his secretary to come in here and speak us the truth and to give such a bullshit answer, it all kind of depends now on whether or not he actually gives him a punishment for lying so badly under oath in court in front of...
You certainly are acting like it. And yet, I'm going to give you another break.
Well, it looks like there's two geniuses in court today.
Okay, I will recall the jail commitment. but you'll have until January 13th to pay it all in full. If you're not valid by then, just bring your clothes. You're going to spend 5 days in jail.
And so how did it all end up? Well, like Scott, he got off free. That does bring us to the end, so I'd like to say a big thank you to Court Cam and Dan Abrams. Oh, he's such a hunk. Anyways, if you like the way I do my stuff, then please subscribe. It would really, really mean a lot. And to my awesome team members, to my guys, all ears, you guys stay safe, and I'll see you guys, my guys, the next episode. Ka kite.